I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, a geriatric physician specializing in vascular health and mobility in adults over 60. And there's something I need you to hear. The fastest improvements in leg circulation don't happen while you're walking. They happen at night. After 60, your arteries produce 60 to 70% less nitric oxide, the molecule that keeps vessels open and elastic. When NO drops, the vessels in your calves and ankles stiffen, microclots form more easily, and blood has to fight just to reach your feet. That's why so many seniors feel the same nighttime symptoms: cold toes, heavy legs, tingling, and those sudden calf cramps that strike between 2 and 4 a.m. But here's the part almost no one is told. Vessels in older adults respond more dramatically than younger adults when given the correct nitrate polyphenol combination before sleep. A 2023 University of Utah trial showed that giving seniors a single nighttime nitrate dose increased NO by 18% and improved lower limb perfusion by 28% within hours. Not days, not weeks. Because when you sleep, your sympathetic drive finally shuts down, your blood vessels relax, and your body can redirect circulation to the areas that have been starving all day. And if you drink the wrong thing at night, you choke this recovery window completely. Tonight, I'll rank 10 bedtime circulation drinks from weakest to strongest, so you know exactly what helps your legs and what quietly sabotages them. Let's begin. Number 10, warm lemon water. Most seniors think of warm lemon water as nothing more than a digestion remedy, but at night it plays a modest yet meaningful role in circulation, especially when vessels in the lower legs have become stiff and unresponsive with age. Vitamin C helps protect the endothelium, the thin layer inside your blood vessels responsible for dilation. After 60, that layer weakens, and even small oxidative changes can make vessels tighten instead of relax. A mild dose of vitamin C before bed supports elasticity just enough to ease early night tightness in the calves and ankles. The warmth matters just as much as the lemon. Warm fluids cue the autonomic nervous system to relax peripheral vessels, allowing more blood to reach the feet, a place where many older adults experience the sharpest decline in flow. It won't erase cramps or dramatically heat cold toes, but it can soften that heavy leg feeling many people get as soon as they lie down. Timing is key. Drink it 30 to 60 minutes before bed so it has time to act without overfilling the bladder. And the biggest mistake to avoid is volume. Too much fluid at night interrupts sleep, which ultimately worsens circulation. Warm lemon water is the gentlest drink on this list. It won't create a major surge in blood flow, but it prepares the vascular system for what comes next. Drinks that can actively reduce nighttime stiffness and improve perfusion in a matter of minutes. Number 9, ginger tea. For many adults over 60, circulation doesn't fail because the arteries are blocked. It fails because the vessels are tense. That tension comes from low-grade inflammation and a sympathetic system that refuses to shut off at night. Ginger tea directly targets both. Gingerols, its active compounds, produce a mild but reliable vasodilation effect. They help the smaller vessels in the calves unclench, improving warm-up time when you first lie down. Seniors often tell me the same thing. My legs feel stiff until 10 or 15 minutes after I'm in bed. Ginger reduces that stiffness window. There's also a digestive connection. Even a slightly irritated gut can trigger a sympathetic response that tightens peripheral vessels. Ginger calms this pathway, which is why people with nighttime bloating or upper abdominal tension often feel their feet warm more easily after drinking it. But ginger tea has limitations. It doesn't raise nitric oxide, so it can't generate the strong blood flow surge that the top-ranking drinks provide. Its strength is comfort, relaxation, and reducing the internal signals that constrict blood vessels. The protocol is simple. Use fresh slices, 2 to 3 pieces, steeped in hot water for 5 to 7 minutes. Drink it 45 minutes after dinner and avoid sweeteners entirely. Sugar reverses the circulatory benefit by spiking insulin and tightening vessels. Ginger tea is a supportive drink, not a powerful one. It sets the stage, calms the system, and warms the legs gently. Useful, but far from the strongest tool available. The next drink begins to change that. Number 8, hibiscus tea. Hibiscus tea earns a higher rank because it does something ginger cannot. It actively reduces arterial stiffness, one of the biggest contributors to poor lower leg circulation in adults over 60. As we age, the arteries in the calves and ankles don't expand and contract the way they used to. The result? Cold feet, slow warm-up when lying down, and a heavy leg sensation that appears even when the heart is working normally. Hibiscus contains a class of compounds called anthocyanins, the same pigments that make it red. In older adults, these pigments improve endothelial elasticity and help the artery wall respond to pressure changes more smoothly. In a small vascular tone study, adults who drank hibiscus daily for 1 week showed noticeable drops in arterial stiffness, with improvements in calf perfusion measurable within hours after ingestion. This is why many seniors describe the same effect. My legs feel looser, warmer, and less tight at the start of the night. There's an additional benefit. Hibiscus lowers mild nighttime blood pressure without pushing it too low, making circulation steadier in the first half of sleep when vessels naturally tend to constrict. But hibiscus is not without cautions. Because it can slightly reduce blood pressure, those already on antihypertensive medication should use it in moderation. And like all circulation drinks, sweeteners must be avoided. Sugar instantly counteracts the vascular relaxation by tightening peripheral vessels. The protocol: 1 teaspoon dried hibiscus, steeped 6 to 8 minutes, consumed about 1 hour before bed. Warm but not scalding, water preserves the anthocyanins best. Hibiscus isn't the most powerful drink in this list, but it's the first one with a true, measurable impact on vessel flexibility, and that alone makes it stand out. Stronger effects begin with the next option. Number 7, pomegranate drink. Pomegranate earns this position because it delivers something hibiscus cannot: a direct activation of the enzyme that produces nitric oxide, ENOS, which older adults desperately need. After 60, ENOS activity can drop by nearly half. When that happens, your vessels don't dilate on command, your calves feel tight even at rest, and the blood meant for your feet gets bottlenecked higher up the leg. Pomegranate's polyphenols override this slowdown, telling endothelial cells to open the vessels wider and longer. But there's a catch, and it's why this drink is only ranked 7. Pomegranate juice is naturally high in sugar. If taken undiluted at night, the glucose spike followed by a crash can actually worsen nighttime circulation by tightening peripheral vessels and triggering cortisol rebound. That's why many seniors don't feel the benefits. They drink it straight. When prepared correctly, however, the effect is dramatic. A cardiovascular study on older adults showed that diluted pomegranate increased ankle-calf perfusion and improved endothelial responsiveness within 60 minutes. Patients described their legs as lighter, warmer, and less stiff during the first half of the night. Here's the protocol that works. Use 50% diluted pomegranate juice, 1:1 with water, or 1:2 if you are glucose sensitive. Drink it in the early evening, not right before bed. This allows the polyphenols to activate ENOS without risking a sugar crash during sleep. Avoid any sweetened, concentrated, or flavored versions. They erase the vascular benefit. When used properly, pomegranate becomes a reliable circulation primer, but the drinks ahead offer even stronger nighttime improvements. Number 6, turmeric latte. Turmeric ranks at number 6 because it targets a circulation problem the nitrate-based drinks cannot fix: microinflammation inside the lower limbs. One of the most common reasons older adults feel heaviness, tightness, or slow warm-up in their calves at night. After 60, the small vessels in the legs accumulate mild inflammatory signals from decades of walking, joint stress, and reduced vascular elasticity. These signals don't always cause pain, but they stiffen the vessel walls and reduce microcirculation the moment you lie down. That drop in perfusion is often what leads to cold toes, restless legs, or the early stages of night cramps. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, directly lowers these inflammatory markers. Clinical trials in older adults show improvements in endothelial relaxation, smoother blood flow, and reduced nighttime leg discomfort. Many seniors describe the effect the same way. My legs feel quieter, not buzzing, not tight, just settled. But turmeric latte has limitations, which is why it ranks sixth instead of higher. It does not increase nitric oxide, so the vasodilation is modest. And if prepared incorrectly, with sugar, honey, or heavy dairy, it can spike insulin, tighten vessels, or cause digestive strain that worsens nighttime circulation. Here's the protocol. Use unsweetened turmeric with warm water or light non-dairy milk. Add a pinch of black pepper for absorption. Drink 60 to 90 minutes before bed for best effect. Avoid sweeteners entirely. Turmeric calms the environment inside your legs, but the next drinks actively open the vessels themselves. Number 5. Cocoa drink. Cocoa ranks at number 5 because for adults over 60, it provides one of the most dependable nitric oxide boosts available from a nighttime drink. Unlike teas or sweetened mixes, real cocoa contains flavonols that directly activate eNOS, the enzyme your vessels use to produce nitric oxide. And here's the key. Older adults often respond more strongly than younger adults because their baseline NO is lower. In multiple senior-focused vascular studies, high flavanol cocoa improved flow-mediated dilation by 20 to 25% within hours. That kind of response matters at night when circulation naturally slows and the lower legs, calves, ankles, toes, receive the least blood. Many seniors describe the difference the same way. Warmer feet, less tightness, and fewer of those subtle circulation jolts that interrupt rest the moment they lie down. Cocoa also steadies the vascular tone through the night. After 60, vessels tend to constrict in the evening, especially when glucose dips or cortisol rebounds. Cocoa's flavanols help keep vessels flexible, preventing the drop-off in blood flow that leads to cold toes, cramping, or that heavy buzzing leg sensation. But cocoa only works when you prepare it correctly. If you use hot chocolate mixes with sugar, syrups, or creamers, you reverse the effect. Glucose spikes tighten vessels and suppress nitric oxide. Here's the protocol that actually helps circulation. 1 tablespoon unsweetened cocoa powder, warm water or unsweetened almond milk. Optional, a pinch of cinnamon. Drink about 1 hour before bed. Cocoa opens the door to better nighttime blood flow, but the drinks ahead push circulation even further, with faster nitric oxide surges and stronger lower limb effects. Number 4, celery juice, the steady nitrate flow boost. Celery juice enters the countdown at number 4 because it delivers something older legs desperately need at night, a smooth, steady release of natural nitrates that your body can convert into nitric oxide without overwhelming the system. Unlike high nitrate greens that hit fast and hard, celery releases NO gradually, giving seniors a predictable, gentle vasodilation that supports calf and ankle circulation for hours. As adults move beyond 60, the vessels in the lower legs stiffen and lose some of their natural responsiveness. That stiffness doesn't always feel dramatic. It often shows up as slow warm-up in the feet, a dull heaviness after sitting, or that subtle, cold creep that begins the moment you lie down. Celery juice helps counter that pattern by improving endothelial relaxation and reducing the low-grade inflammation that narrows capillaries. Another advantage, celery juice is extremely easy to digest, which matters more than people realize. Heavy or high-fiber juices can pull blood into the stomach and away from the legs, but celery keeps the GI system quiet while allowing nitrates to be absorbed efficiently. That makes it one of the most nighttime-friendly circulation drinks available. But like everything on this list, the benefit depends on using it correctly. Drink it in the early evening or early night, not right before bed. Its mild diuretic effect can wake lighter sleepers, and avoid making it too concentrated. Overly strong celery juice can irritate the stomach and reduce nitrate absorption. Protocol: 4 to 6 ounces diluted celery juice, 1 to 1 with water. Drink in the early evening. No added salt, no sweeteners. Celery provides steady, reliable circulation support, but the top 3 drinks deliver a stronger nitric oxide rise and faster warming of the lower legs. Number 3, arugula drink. The fast-acting nitrate surge. Arugula takes the number 3 spot because, leaf for leaf, it delivers one of the highest natural nitrate concentrations found in any food, and seniors feel that difference quickly. While celery gives a slow, steady rise in nitric oxide, arugula produces a rapid surge, often within 20 to 40 minutes, making it one of the fastest ways to warm cold feet and improve lower leg circulation before sleep. As we age, the endothelial lining of the vessels becomes less responsive. It doesn't open as quickly, and it doesn't stay open as long. That's why many older adults notice the same nightly pattern. Legs that feel fine during the day but turn cool, tight, or restless the moment they lie down. Arugula targets this directly. Its dense nitrate load feeds the oral bacteria that convert nitrates to nitric oxide, restoring a vascular pathway that weakens dramatically after 60. Another reason arugula works so well: blending it preserves the nitrate content far better than juicing. Juicing discards the very parts of the leaf where nitrates and polyphenols are most concentrated, but blending the leaves with a little water keeps the full potency, and digestion stays light enough for nighttime use. But this isn't a drink you casually sip right before bed. You want it 1 to 2 hours before sleep, giving nitric oxide time to peak and circulate before your body shifts into the slower rhythms of the night. And keep the blend simple. No citrus, no fruit, no vinegar. Acids can reduce nitrate availability. Protocol: 1 small handful arugula plus 4 to 6 ounces water. Blend, don't juice. Drink 1 to 2 hours before sleep. No acids, no sweeteners. Arugula delivers fast, powerful vasodilation, ideal for seniors who feel their feet and calves warm only after several minutes of rubbing or repositioning. But for even stronger, longer-lasting blood flow improvement, the number 2 drink is on an entirely different level. Number 2, beetroot juice, the nitric oxide powerhouse. Beetroot juice earns the number 2 position for one reason: its ability to generate some of the strongest, most reliable nitric oxide levels measured in older adults. If arugula delivers speed, beetroot delivers power, a deeper, longer-lasting vasodilation that directly benefits the calves, ankles, and feet during the hours when circulation tends to collapse. After 60, nitric oxide production can fall by half. That decline shows up as cold feet, nighttime cramping, and that heavy, slow-to-warm feeling the moment you get under the covers. Beetroot targets this problem head-on. Its nitrate density is extraordinarily high, and multiple studies, including those in seniors specifically, show that beetroot juice can raise nitric oxide by 15 to 25% within 90 minutes. That peak lines up almost perfectly with the early part of the night, when blood flow is needed most to prevent leg discomfort and restless lower limb sensations. But beetroot does more than boost NO. Its betalains help reduce oxidative stress inside blood vessels, allowing them to widen more efficiently. That combination, high nitrates plus antioxidant support, is why so many older adults describe beetroot as the first drink that gives them a noticeable warmth returning to their feet. However, beetroot is powerful enough that timing and dilution matter. Pure beet juice can spike sugar in sensitive individuals and may irritate the stomach. Diluting it keeps nitrate absorption strong while avoiding unwanted glucose or GI effects. And drinking it 1 to 3 hours before bed ensures the nitric oxide peak lands exactly when the legs need maximal support. Protocol: 2 to 4 ounces beet juice diluted 1 to 1 with water. Drink 1 to 3 hours before sleep. Avoid added sugars. Avoid pairing with heavy meals. Skip if you have a history of kidney stones. Beetroot juice is one of the strongest nighttime circulation tools available to seniors. But it still isn't number 1, because the top drink doesn't just raise nitric oxide, it combines 2 vascular pathways to create the most potent leg-warming, cramp-reducing, circulation-boosting effect in this entire countdown. Number 1, Black Cherry Cocoa Fusion, the nighttime circulation hero. This final drink sits at the top of the list for one reason: nothing else delivers a dual pathway surge in nighttime blood flow quite like the combination of dark cocoa and tart black cherry. For seniors dealing with cold feet, calf tightness, or restless lower leg sensations, This fusion offers the fastest, most reliable improvement I've seen in over 2 decades of clinical work. Cocoa on its own is a vascular powerhouse. Its flavonols activate endothelial nitric oxide synthase, the enzyme your arteries rely on to produce nitric oxide internally. In older adults, this can translate to 20 to 25% improvements in flow-mediated dilation, meaning vessels open more easily and stay open longer. Cocoa warms the legs from the inside out, softens arterial stiffness, and helps the calves receive the oxygen they've been missing. Black cherry adds a second, equally potent mechanism. Its anthocyanins improve microcirculation, especially in the small vessels of the ankles and feet. They make capillaries more responsive, reduce nighttime inflammation, and even support natural melatonin rhythms, an added benefit for seniors who sleep fragments due to vascular discomfort. When you combine these two ingredients, you get a synergy, not a sum. Cocoa boosts nitric oxide. Cherry enhances how blood moves through the smallest vessels. Together, they create deeper warmth, fewer cramps, and smoother nighttime perfusion than either ingredient could achieve alone. Protocol: 1 teaspoon high flavanol cocoa, not hot chocolate. 2 to 3 tablespoons tart black cherry juice. Mix with warm water. Drink 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Avoid sugar, heavy dairy, or large meals alongside it. What seniors typically report after just a few nights isn't subtle. Warmer toes, calves that don't tighten, less restlessness, and for many, their first uninterrupted night in months, not because of sedation, but because circulation finally cooperates. This is the drink that gives older legs the signal they've needed for years: relax, open, flow. If you're over 60, here's the part I want you to remember long after this video ends. Your legs are not done improving. Circulation is one of the few systems in the body that can respond noticeably, even dramatically, within days, not months. Most seniors assume that poor nighttime blood flow is permanent. They assume cold feet, tight calves, or that heavy dragging feeling in the morning is just age. But what we see again and again in clinic tells a different story. Once you give your vessels the right signals in the evening, the body begins repairing patterns it hasn't been able to repair during the day. Not because you're trying harder, but because nighttime is the only window when your vascular system is finally free from pressure, movement, and metabolic noise. That's why a correctly chosen drink can shift the entire trajectory of your evenings. It sets the stage for better warmth, better comfort, and better rest, all by supporting a process your body is already trying to do. And yes, these improvements build. 3 nights of consistency often brings subtle relief. A week brings noticeable change. 2 weeks? Many seniors describe it as getting my legs back, because mobility, confidence, and morning stability all rise together. That's the real message of tonight's video. Your circulation is adaptable, trainable, and far more responsive than you've been led to believe. Small choices, repeated steadily, reshape outcomes that once felt fixed. If this helped you understand your body differently, tap like. It tells YouTube that seniors deserve real medical explanations, not quick tips. And if you want weekly guides that you can apply the same night, subscribe and turn on notifications. I make these videos for you. Before you go, let me know in the comments, which drink will you test first? And what change are you hoping to feel by tomorrow morning?